Hare Krishna. Jagata samsara Tapa Vanayetu Tarabatara Tabata Mosamopatita Prabhu Napaideya Mosamopatita Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Sukhe Pabolo Kanako Ami Boru Dukhe Yakoro Sita Pati Advaita Gosai Oba Kripa Bole Pai Chaitanya Nitai Asarusana Ruparaguna Yuga Sijiva Prabhu Lokana Yakorosia Chaya Prabhu Sinivasa Ramachandra Sangha Madhu Narotamudasha Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jaya Koro More Krishna Madina Kedayanu Jagata Samsare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva, Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva. Jaya Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva, Panchatattva, Jaya Panchatattva. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Nitago Haribo, 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 Nitago Haribo. Nitago Haribo, 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 Nitago Haribo. Jaya Vishnu Paramahansa Parivrajakacharyas Purasata Sishimad. His Divine Grace, His Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki. Jaya Vishnu Paramahansa Parivrajakacharyas Purasata Sishimad. His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki. His Confounder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki. Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki. Prabhupada Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyamakunda Radha Kundi Giri Govardhana ki. Vrindavan Dham ki. Madhva Dham ki. Dakadam ki, Jaganapidam ki, Gangama Yamunamai ki, Tasi Devi Bhakti Devi ki, Sri Shanitai Gorachanda ki, Sri Krishna Balaram ki, Sri Radha Sundar ki, Sri Lalita Vishaka Astasaka Bindu ki, Sila Sivas Thakur ki, Nitai Gopi Manande. All glory to the assembled devotees. All glory to the assembled devotees. All glory to the assembled devotees. All glory to the lotus feet of Shigura Gauranga. Gurave Gurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Jnanatimendasya Ganangana Salakaya Chakshusumilitayena Tasma Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitayena Bhutale Sayarupa Kadanayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeyam Sri Guru Sutam Parakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavascha Sri Rupam Sakajatan Sahagana Raghunatha Vitanta Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Hare Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kantu Radha Kantu Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radha Bindabaneswari Vesabhanu Sutta Devi Panamami Haripriye Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Vasudeva Sutan Devan Kansachanuramadanam Devaki Paramananda Krishna Bande Jagaguru Panchatattvamakam Krishna Bhaktarupa Sarupakam Bhakta Bhakta Bhaktaram Bhakta Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Namamo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pustaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Chinamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nivisi Saswanya Bhadi Pashyatya Dishatarine Panchakapatalubhyo Chakripasindhibhyo Evacha Patitanam Pavanabhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo 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 Mahabhadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Guru Tushe Namah Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ananda Lila Maya Vigra Yamabad Vichave Sundaraya Tasma Maha Premarsa Pradaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste. So I thank everyone for being here this morning. Today we are observing the disappearance of Shiva's Pandit, Shiva's Thakur. So there's a verse on the board which I put. It's on the Adilila chapter 7. Just get it here. Shall I put Chichachatamita here? Is the book here? Chichachatamita, is it? Anyway, I just leave it. Chapter 7. Is it bringing? It's bringing?
It's bringing.
I was just looking for the verse in my this thing here. Okay, my database disappeared. Okay, we can chant the verse together. Sivasa Dvijata Koti Koti Bhakta Gana.
Chapter 7, text 16.
Oh, I told him 16.
16.
Yeah, text 16. It's about Srivastaka. 7:16. Adi. Okay. Solar number. 7:16. You got it? Okay. Sivasa Koti Koti Bhakta Gana. Sudha Bhakta Totamade Tasabara Ganana. Sivasa Divijata Koti Koti Bhakta Gana. Sudha Bhakta Totamade Tasabara Ganana. Sivasa Divijata Koti Koti Bhakta Gana. Sudha Bhakta Tatamadi Tasabara Gana. Anybody else? Mataji's? Okay. Sivasa Dvijata Koti Koti Bhakta Gana. Sudha Bhakta Tatamadi Tasabara Gana. Sivasa Dvijata Koti Koti Bhakta Gana. Sudha Bhakta Tatamadi Tasabara Gana. Sivas Adi, devotees headed by Srivas Thakur, Jata, all others, Koti Koti, innumerable, Bhaktagan, devotees, Sudha Bhakta, pure devotees, Tattva Madhye, in the truth, Tansabha, all of them, Ganana, counted. Translation by Ishvara Prabhu. There are innumerable pure devotees of the Lord, headed by Srivas Thakur, who are known as unalloyed devotees. So today, when the disappearance of Sri Srivas Thakur, one of the Srivas Thakur is a member of Panchatattva. So we normally chant the prayer to the Panchatattva, which is Panchatattvamakam Krishna Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhakta Bhattaram Bhaktyakam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. This is the number 14th Mangala Charana of Chaitanya Charitamrita, composed by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Kaviraj Goswami composed the first 14 Mangala Charana verses, by which the whole of Chaitanya Charitamrita is based on. So the translation of this verse is, I offer my obeisances unto the Supreme Lord Krishna, who is non-different from his features as a devotee, devotional incarnation, devotional manifestation, pure devotee, and devotional energy. So this is Panchatattva. So pure devotee is represented by Srivastaka. So between them you have the three Prabhus, in this case Chaitanya Prabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, and Advaita Prabhu. So they are the three Prabhus. And of course, among the three, one is called Mahaprabhu, which is Chaitanya Prabhu himself, and the other are called Prabhu. So they are different between Mahaprabhu and Prabhu. And Gadara Pandit is the Shakti Tattva. In this case, he represents Srimati Radharani, Gadara Prabhu. And then the pure devotee, in this case, is Srivastaka. And of course, as we go in this description, there are some nice pastimes whereby Chaitanya Prabhu, he referred to Srivastaka as Nardamani, because actually he was the incarnation of Nardamani in Kali Yuga to take part in the Nam Sankirtan, which Chaitanya Prabhu descended Krishna Bhavana to Sa Krishna, Sangopa Krishna, Prasadam. What's that? Jagat Sankirtana Praye, Yajanti Sumedasa. So the Chaitanya Prabhu, Krishna come in this age, and then he spread Nam Sankirtan along with his associates, his intimate associates. So Srivastaka, Naraman himself, so he came as Srivastaka, just as Mahavishnu was Mahavishnu and the Lord Shiva together, that's Advaita Acharya, and the Lord Balaram is Nitai Prabhu. And of course, Krishna himself is Sri Chaitanya Prabhu. So Srivastaka, who appeared in Navadvip, Nadia district, he was very, very elderly person, practically at the same age as Advaita Acharya and Jagannath Mishra, very, very elderly person. But somehow in ISKCON, we always represent Srivastaka as a young person. You know, and I remember the Bhakti-Vishal Maharaj will always say that in ISKCON we made a painting mistake. A painting mistake depicting Srivastaka as a young man. You can see all the Panchatattva deities or the painting. You always see Srivastaka as a young man. But it's elderly person. We don't depict Advaita Acharya as young. We depict him as elderly. With the, you know, yeah. Srivastaka is also elderly, same age as Advaita Acharya. But somehow I don't know how we got. But anyway, it's transcendental, I guess. So it's transcendental. So the Srivastaka, he played so many prominent roles in the Advent and pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya Prabhu. He played a lot of prominent roles, not small roles, very prominent roles. And when the Mahaprabhu, when he was performing his Balia, his scholar Leela, when Mahaprabhu was a very arrogant scholar, and that time nobody could defeat him. He was the topmost scholar. Nobody could come, and Mahaprabhu would go around. That time it was Nimai Pandit. He will go around nowadays challenging everyone. Everyone will challenge him, and nobody will come close to him. Even all the scholars, big scholars, when they see Mahaprabhu, when they're walking towards him, they will just divert themselves to another direction. But even though Mahaprabhu was very, very arrogant scholar, being the topmost scholar, but whenever he sees the Vaishnava, especially Shivas Thakur, he will always be very, very respectful. Will always be very, very respectful whenever he sees Shivas Thakur. So one time when Shivas Thakur, he was passing by and he saw Nimai Pandit. And then Shivas said, my dear Nimai Pandit, you are a great scholar, but I think it would be much, much better if you could apply yourself in Krishna Bhakti. That would be much more better. So Mahaprabhu replied, say, well, if you give me your blessing, I will become a Vaishnava. If you give me your blessing, I become a Vaishnava. So Mahaprabhu replied that. Now, of course, when you reach Chaitanya Bhagavat, then you can know, this is why a lot of nice descriptions of Shivas Thakur I'll mention. So Shivas Thakur was always, a great devotee of the Lord. Not ordinary devotees, but Mahabhagavats. But in Navadvip, that time, there were so many Shaktas, the devotees of, Durga Devi. So many Shaktas. So which means the Vaishnavas, they were very, very minimal, very, very not too many Vaishnavas. Mostly Shaktas. And many of them, especially the so-called Brahmanas, many of them, they were very, very envious of the Vaishnavas. They were very, very envious of the Vaishnavas. Now, one of them, his name was Gopal Chapa. So Gopal Chapa, he wanted to, incite Shivas Thakur. He wanted to, to malign his character as a Vaishnava. So one time, this Gopal, at night time, he brought the items for worshiping Durga, and he placed it on the footsteps, on the doorsteps of Shivas Thakur. He did this at night time, and then he went away. So the next morning, when Shivas Thakur came out, when he saw these items for worshiping Durga Devi on his doorstep, so what he did, he simply called out all the Vaishnavas. He said, oh, dear Vaishnavas, just come and see that I am worshiping Durga Devi. He didn't say that, oh, somebody had put it on his doorstep. He said, just come and see how I'm a worshipper of Shaktas. But when the Vaishnavas saw this, they say, oh, what a terrible thing. They know exactly what happened. They say, oh, what a terrible thing. Who has done this? Who is that sinful person who has done this mischievous activities? And then so the Vaishnava, they remove these items, and then they perform some purification. So, and of course, Gopal Chapa, who had done this, immediately he got affected by leprosy. His body was falling out. He got affected by leprosy. As a reaction to this great offense to a pure devotees. So, after Mahaprabhu, when he came back from Gaya, and then he started displaying his Sankirtan, and at that time Mahaprabhu was known as Gorasunda, that time. So one time Mahaprabhu was passing by, and this Gopal Chapa, who was affected with leprosy, he saw Mahaprabhu. And I went to him, said that, oh, dear Nimai, Gorasunda, you're very, very merciful, so please show your mercy unto me, because I'm affected by this leprosy. Show your mercy upon me. When Mahaprabhu saw him, he was very, very angry. He said, oh, I dare you, you commit such a great offense to Mahabhagava, to pure devotees. This leprosy, this is just the beginning of your suffering. This is just the beginning, and you're going to go to hell for millions of years and suffer much, much more. So Mahaprabhu was very, very angry with him to commit a great offense to a pure devotees. And then, of course, after Mahaprabhu took sannyas, and this Gopal Chapa again saw Mahaprabhu again begged the forgiveness. So Mahaprabhu said, the only person who can forgive you is that person that you have offended, and that is Srivas Thakur. Normally, if you commit offense to a Vaishnava, the reaction to the offense will not go away unless that Vaishnava forgives us. So it's only if you approach Srivas Thakur, if he forgive you, then you can be relieved of your offenses. And then this Gopal Chapa, he went to Srivas and begged for forgiveness. But, Srivas Thakur, if, he's a Vaishnava, he never, take offense from anyone. So Srivas Thakur, forgave him. And then his body was, also he was recovered from the sickness. So after Mahaprabhu came back from Gaya, that time after the initiation from his guru, after initiation from his guru. Yeah, I'm an old man, I keep forgetting. So after his initiation, he came back to Nadia, so Mahaprabhu became transformed as a great devotee. So which means he was no more like a Nimai Pandit, very arrogant scholar, that everyone is always, all the scholars, they're always very, very afraid of him. But now, he became the most, the topmost Vaishnava, the topmost devotees. I will always be absorbed in the internal birth of Radha and Krishna, And Mahaprabhu, after his transformation, he be so much absorbed in this birth, always calling out Krishna, Krishna, Radha, 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 always calling out. So one time, when he was in so much birth ecstasy, so everyone, they were saying that this Nimai, he has been affected by wind disease. This wind disease is kind of like a madness. The kind of a madness that, he has been affected by wind disease, and that's why he's acting this way. So they were telling Mother Sachi that the way he can be relieved of this wind disease is if he's bound and then ghee apply all over his body. But Mother Sachi was in so much anxiety that, because everyone is saying that Nimai has been affected by this wind disease, wind disorder. So one time, Shivas Thakur came to the house of Mother Sachi, Nemai came to the house, and then Mother Sachi made a plea to Shivas that, my dear Shivas, can you please do something? What has happened to my son? He's affected by this wound disease. He's acting like a very, very strange, like a madman. Can you please tell me what to do? And then Shivas Thakur, so he went to where Nimai was lying. He examined him, and he found out that this is due to Mahabharata, ecstasy. And Shiva said, I wish I could be affected by the same disease. He said, oh, I wish I could be affected by the same disease. And he told Mother Sachi that, don't worry, your son is not affected by any wind disease, that is experiencing the topmost level of Krishna prem. So in this Mother Shivas Thakur, he assured Mother Sachi, and then Mother Sachi was very, very happy. And then Mahaprabhu replied to Srivas that, my dear Srivas, if you have said that I'm affected by this wind disease, then I will have just immediately go and jog into the Ganges rivers. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that. So many pastimes took place in Nadia. And of course, the Sankirtan movement began in the house of Shivas Thakur. So Shivas Angan, you go to Mayapur, after Chaitanya Mat, you see Shivas Angan is there. That is the birthplace of Sankirtan movement, the Shivas Angan. Those who have been to Mayapur, everybody knows that. You go to Mayapur, your pilgrimage to Mayapur is not complete until you go to Shivas Angan. That's the birthplace of Nam Sankirtan. That's where the Sankirtan movement began. So normally, initially, Mahaprabhu, in the courtyard of Shivas, he will have all the devotees, they'll be engaging in congregational chanting, Nam Sankirtan. And in the beginning, because the kind of Sankirtan that Mahaprabhu introduced is not ordinary Sankirtan, it's Prem Sankirtan, not ordinary Sankirtan. Actually, before Mahaprabhu Advent, there was Sankirtan, people were chanting Krishna's name before Mahaprabhu Advent. So Sankirtan was there, but what Mahaprabhu introduced is Prem Sankirtan. So as Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami described, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gallanted the whole world with the mala of Prem Sankirtan, combination of them. The whole world is gallanted by that. So the rule was that only pure devotees can take part in this Nam Sankirtan. Only pure devotees could take part, no other person. Actually, there was one time when one of Shiva's cousin, it was a lady, she wanted to, witness this Sankirtan, especially wanted to see the dancing of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So she begged Shivas Thakur that she want to see the Sankirtan. She want to witness, she want to see especially Mahaprabhu dancing. But Shiva said, no, it's impossible because Mahaprabhu, he gave a strict order that no one should enter. No one should enter. And then there was agreement that this lady, she could hide in a closet. She could hide in the closet while the kirtan was going on. So when this kirtan was going on, so all of a sudden Mahaprabhu, then telling everyone, he said, oh, I'm not feeling any bliss. I'm not feeling any ecstasy. So what is the cause? What could be the reason for this? So all the devotees, they were wondering, could say there could be nothing, they said there's no other person is in this place. And then eventually Shiva said that, well, there is a lady hiding in the closet. And then Mahaprabhu said, oh, she should be thrown out. That's why I'm not experiencing anything. And then one time, during the kirtan, during this nightly kirtan, so all of a sudden, the son of Shiva's passed away. The son of Shiva passed away during the kirtan. Normally, the kirtan takes place in the courtyard. So in the inner room, this son passed away. And then when he passed away, so all the family members, they were all crying that the son had passed away. So, and this was during the kirtan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All the devotees are there. So the Shivas, they heard this crying coming from the inner house. So he went inside to find out why everyone was crying. So they told him that his son had passed away. His son is passed away. So Shiva told them, he said, I forbid you, do not cry, because Mahaprabhu is engaging in kirtan. I don't want to disturb, it should not be disturbed. Do not make any commotion. So he forbid them to cry. So everyone was quiet, and the kirtan Mahaprabhu's kirtan was going on. So towards the morning, and then Mahaprabhu said, I think something had happened here. I think something had happened in this place. So eventually, Shivas told Mahaprabhu that, well, in the night, my son passed away, but we didn't want to disturb you, so therefore, the kirtan was going on. So when Mahaprabhu heard this, so Mahaprabhu was very, very sad, and he told, oh, Shivas, what have you done? You could have informed me that your son had passed away. You could have informed me. And then Mahaprabhu went to this child, who had this very young child, who had just passed away. And then Mahaprabhu went to him, and he said, my dear boy, get up. Get up. So the boy got up, even though he was dead already, but he got up when Mahaprabhu told him to get up. And then Mahaprabhu asked him that, why have you left? Such a pure devotee, Srivas Thakur. Why have you left? So the boy said that, well, yeah, it's my great fortune that I took birth in the house of great devotee. But at the same time, it's my destiny, because according to everyone's destiny, one is allowed to live according to a particular destiny. So according to my destiny, I am allowed to live up to a certain point. Now, my time is up, so now I must go to the next destination. So, and then the boy again fell silent, and then went back. So, seeing this, so both Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, so they both told Shivas that, oh, we are your eternal children. We are your eternal children. So, which means, do not lament very much, Nitai and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, we are your children. And of course, Nityananda Prabhu, we played so many wonderful pastimes in the house of Srivas Thakur. As a matter of fact, Srivas Thakur's his wife's name was Malini. Madam Malini, she was such an elderly Mataji, because Srivas was very, very elderly. But Nityananda Prabhu, in his naughty pastimes, he will sit on the lap of Malini Devi. He will sit on the lap of Malini Devi and feed on her breast milk. you know. Even though very elderly lady you could not expect any kind of breast milk coming out from the elderly lady, but because the affection, because of the motherly affection that she has towards Nityananda Prabhu, even to make me flow from my breast into the mouth of Nityananda Prabhu. And then Lord Nityananda will always play so many, childish role in the house of Shiva. Always play childish role. And being Navadruta, sometimes he will be naked sometimes. And when he will be naked sometimes, so Lord Chaitanya has to come and try to chastise Nitai. That, Nitai, what are you doing? Why are you being? What are you doing? What are you doing? And then Lord Chaitanya Prabhu will tell Shiva that, you've got a guest in your house. It's up to you to. You are the only one who can handle this. And then lots of descriptions are there, of course, in Chaitanya Bhagavat. So Shiva's Thakur he had a younger brother, his name was Shriram Pandit. That was his younger brother's name. And Shiva has been a pure devotee. Usually the pure devotees only depend on Krishna. They don't even make any effort for their own maintenance. After all, Krishna said in the Gita that my devotees, whatever they lack, I provide for them. But one time, Chaitanya Prabhu went to Shiva's Thakur and asking that, my dear Shivas, you're a Grihastha and you have a very, very large family, but I don't see you making any provision for the maintenance of your family members. I don't see you making any provision. So, when Shivas heard this, he didn't say anything. And then my Prabhu told him, then Shivas, take sannyas. If you're not going to make any provision in providing for your family members, take sannyas. So Shivas Thakur said, no, I'm not going to take sannyas. I won't take sannyas. So my Prabhu said, okay, you're not going to take sannyas, and at the same time, you're not making any arrangement for the maintenance of your family. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? So Shivas Thakur, then he did that. Then he clapped his hand 3 times like this. He clapped his hand 3 times. So when he clapped his hand 3 times, my Prabhu asked him, so what is the meaning of this clapping of your hand? Shiva said, if a day comes and there is no food or anything in our house, the whole family will fast. If the next day comes, also, no provision for everyone feeding, then the whole family will fast. And if the 3rd day comes, the same thing happens, then everyone will go to the Ganges and drown themselves. So Chaitanya Prabhu will say, oh, my dear Shivas, how can this be? Even if a day will come when Lakshmi herself will become poverty-stricken, such a thing will never happen to you. After all, why did Krishna make a promise that my devotees, I provide what they need? I personally carry their needs. What's the meaning of that? So in this way, Chaitanya Prabhu performed many of these great pastimes with Shivas in Nadia. We know that during the Sankirtan movement, sometimes, like there was one time in the house of Shivas, there was a mantra which was being chanted to Lord Nrsingadev, to Lord Nrsingadev. So then when Chaitanya Prabhu heard this mantra, then he assumed the role of Nishingadev. And then he ran to the street, said, I'm ready to kill all the pasandis, all the non-devotees. I'm ready to kill them. So he ran through the street, and everyone, of course, was afraid. And then eventually he came back to the house of Srivas. And then Srivas asked him, and then he asked Srivas, that, oh, my dear Srivas, have I acted strangely? Have I acted strangely? So Srivas said, well, my dear Lord, this is this is all your pastime. You have so many leelas. So, and of course, eventually Chaitanya Prabhu took sannyas. When he took sannyas, then he went to Jagannath Puri. So he was staying in Puri. And while in Puri, normally all the devotees in Madhya, they will go once a year to Jagannath Puri to be with Chaitanya Prabhu, especially during the Rath Yatra. Just like now, it's the Rath Yatra time now. So all the devotees will go, and all the devotees will be headed by Advaita Acharya and Srivas Thakur. And of course, as they welcome, they all be nicely welcomed by Sri Chaitanya Prabhu. So now, there was one time during the Rath Yatra, and because in the Rath Yatra, Chaitanya Prabhu will be dancing ecstatically, and all the devotees will surrounded with Mahaprabhu, and so every devotee will just simply fix their eyes on Chaitanya Prabhu's dancing. So there was one time Maharaj Prataparudra was there, and it was very, very much desire to have the audience of Sri Chaitanya Prabhu. So that time, when all the kirtan was going on, Mahaprabhu was in the circle, was dancing, and Srivas was in the front, and then Maharaj Prataparudra was in the back. So Srivas Thakur was in the front, but the servant of Maharaj Prataparudra, Hari Chakra, he was trying to push Srivas aside so that Maharaj Prataparudra can see Chaitanya Prabhu. So he would try to do this again and again, trying to push Srivas aside, because he felt that Srivas Thakur was blocking Maharaj Prataparudra from seeing Chaitanya Prabhu. So when this fellow was doing this again and again, so Srivas Thakur slapped him. He said, what do you think you're doing? So he slapped him. And when Srivas Thakur slapped him, so he became angry. He became angry, he wanted to retaliate. So when he wanted to retaliate, immediately Maharaj Prataparudra, he forbade him. He said, oh, what do you think you want to do? You are very, very fortunate. You are very, very fortunate that you've received the slap of Srivas Thakur. That I'm not as fortunate as you are. If I could receive the slap of Srivas Thakur, I will consider my life to be successful. And then the many leelas are there. So now the leela of Srivas Thakur, whereby Chaitanya Prabhu was describing him as Nadamani. So there was one time after the Rath Yatra day, I think this was during the observance of Erapanchami. Erapanchami is the 5th day after the Rath Yatra, Panchami. So on this particular day, this is when Lakshmi Devi, she had become very, very angry with all the servants of Jagannath, because they've allowed Jagannath to go to Gundicha. And in that past time, so all the servants of Jagannath, they were arrested. And They were bound with flowers and all that. So, and then this very nice, beautiful lila described in Chaitanya Charitamrita. And then, so Mahaprabhu, he wanted to hear the pastimes of Vrindavan. He wanted to hear the pastime of Vrindavan, the gopis of Vrindavan, how there's so much about the nature of their love of Krishna. Because Rathayatra is basically the Brijavasit taking Krishna from Kurukshetra to Vrindavan. So from Srimandi to Gundicha, so he's taking Krishna from Kurukshetra to Vrindavan. So the Swarup Damodara, he was describing this nature of the gopis' love for Krishna. He was describing, and then he was saying that Ananta Krishna Lila no Joye Badnana Apane Banina Yadi Sahasabadana. So he's saying it is not at all possible to describe the unlimited pastimes of Sri Krishna, even though he himself describes them in his incarnation of Sahasrabhadana, the 1,000-mouth Seshanaga. So basically, the pastimes of Vrindavan is so vast that it's just not possible to describe it. So as Swarup Damodara was going on, then Sivas then interjected. He said, Sivasa Siyako Isuna Damodara Amara Lakshmini Radhika Sampati Vishtara. So at this time, Sivas Thakur smiled and told Swarup Damodara, my dear sir, please hear, just see how opulent my goddess of fortune is. Just hear how opulent. Bindavanira Sampadeka Puspaki Shalaya Gidatu Siki Puja Kunja Palamoya. As far as Vrindavan's opulence is concerned, it consists of few flowers and twigs, some minerals from the hills, a few peacock feathers, and a plant known as gunja. Vrindavana Deki Bari Gila Jagannatha Sunil Lakshmi Devi Ramani Oila Asoyata. So when Jagannath decided to see Vrindavan, he went there, and upon hearing this, the goddess of fortune experienced restlessness and jealousy. She wondered, why did Lord Jagannath give up so much opulence and go to Vrindavan? So to make him a laughing stock, the goddess of fortune made arrangements for much decoration. Tomara Duktako Deka Eta Sampati Jadi Potafala Fulalo Begila Puspa Badi. Then the maidservant of the goddess of fortune said to the servant of Lord Jagannath, why did your Lord Jagannath abandon the great opulence of the goddess of fortune and for the sake of a few leaves, fruits, and flowers, go see the flower garden of Srimati Radharani? Because to them, Vrindavan is simply made up of flowers, fruits, leaves, twigs, crops. So what caused Jagannath to abandon a place of opulence, to go to Vrindavan? So they want to find out this. They're asking, what could be the reason for this? And then, Ekama Koreka Vidagda Siromani, Lakshmira Adritinija Prabhu Redhyani. Your master is so expert at everything, but why does he do such things? Now, bring your master before the goddess of fortune. So in this way, all the maidservants of the goddess of fortune arrested the servants of Jagannath, bound them around the waist, and brought them, the goddess of fortune. Okay, I guess I have to fast forward here. So as Solo Damodar was describing this, Shiva Thakur was describing and telling Solo Damodar that about 10 to 10 the superiority of Dwarka and all that compared to Vrindavan. So, and then the Chaitanya Prabhu said, Chaitanya Prabhu then told Shiva Thakur that, my dear Shivas, your nature is exactly like that of Narada Muni. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, opulence, is having a direct influence upon you. So this is, whereas Mahaprabhu said that Swarup Damodara is a pure devotee of Vrindavan. He does not even know what opulence is, for he simply absorbed in pure devotional service. And then another just short one before we go, wonderful lila that also took place. So one time in the house of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, with all the devotees, they've gathered in front of Mahaprabhu's residence. So that day, Shiva Thakur, he told the devotees that today we are going to chant the names of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We're not going to chant Krishna's name today. Today we are going to chant Mahaprabhu's name. So that time Mahaprabhu was inside, and all the devotees, they were outside, they were singing the names, glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then Mahaprabhu heard this, so he came out, and he wasn't so happy. And then he asked Shivas, that, my dear Shivas, what are you doing? Giving up the singing of Krishna now, what are you doing? And then Shiva Thakur, then he put his hand like this on the sky. He put his hand like this. He put his hand. And then Mahaprabhu asked him, what does this mean? Put his hand like this. So Shiva said, like this, putting my hand like this, am I able to cover the sun in the sky? But can I cover the sun? Am I able to cover the sun? If I'm not able to cover the sun with my hand, how can you hide your glories? Your glories cannot be hidden. How can you hide your glories? So in this way, Mahaprabhu felt himself defeated. So many wonderful pastimes, and we are fortunate that we can hear something about Shiva Thakur. If you read Chaitanya Bhagavat, you will read that so many wonderful leelas, so many wonderful pastimes. So, Shiva Thakur ki, Hare Krishna. So, I guess our time is gone. You want to add something? Anybody want to add anything? Jai Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitya Gopi Manande, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.